I will explain about some of the challenges that I had struggled with Instagram and the things that I've learned about it. I remember when people used to talk about Instagram, where it would be a place where we can take photos, including videos, and share their creative content with other people, including their own friends or people that they know. I had thought, wow, this seems like a good idea of using Instagram. When I first created an account, it was easy, but it took me a long time to try to figure out what type of person do I want to be. In my vision of when it comes to any social media platforms, I would like to tell people about the creative things that I like to do. For example, like maybe I like to explore my hobbies to learn different things or topics that are in society, share my passions about the things that I like to do, like writing, exploring new places, and making good achievements, and many others. Also, in my vision of social media, when it comes to trying to understand the world, I try to have a mainstream point of view of how I'm trying to work hard to understand the world, or the challenges that I face, or the things that I want to work on to improve myself. When I had created Instagram account, I had so many people that wanted me to accept them to follow me. People that I had known from my past through currently, and people I know in general. I added them as followers to follow my Instagram account. There were consequences of using it due to being bullied, including being put down by other people, some of my friends, and people that I knew, where they would say mean things on my post on Instagram, sending hateful messages about how I looked, how it was bad for me having a disability, which is autism with a learning disability, and even negative comments about how they didn't appreciate me for trying my best to be a good person. The hateful messages kept popping up almost every day, including every week. There were times where many people that were followers of me wanted me to like their posts, including comment on them, but I never got a comment or even a thank you for appreciating them for being supportive of them, or they even wouldn't like my post on my Instagram account. Another concern I had with Instagram was where I saw some people's posts on Instagram and some of the social media influencers where they would say anti disability stigma, where it would encourage people to bully someone with a disability. Also, what was hard about Instagram was communicating with people through messaging that had followed me or that I know. There were many times I was ghosted or ignored, and it got frustrated with me when Instagram messaging even had glitches, or that I even expressed that it was hard to communicate through Instagram messaging. I had to pause for a while to try to figure out, how do I understand Instagram? What does it mean to use social media in a good way? Do I feel safe about posting on Instagram or even accepting people to follow me, people that I know or even some friends? I decided to take a break from posting official posts on Instagram, like videos and photos, for a while to try to brainstorm about how do I make a good comeback onto Instagram, how to understand myself, and how to learn about understanding it. There were problems with me taking a break from Instagram because Instagram would think I'm a bot if I didn't use it too much. For example, I had many times where it would cut me out from my Instagram account, and I had to prove myself many times to prove that I was a real account. It was really stressful and mentally draining. I had done research about Instagram, about how to prove that you're not a bot on the internet, including YouTube, and it wasn't easy. According to the internet and the searches from YouTube, I've learned you have to post a little bit on Instagram. For example, posting a picture or a video in the Instagram story. I had to do this a few times to prove I wasn't a bot. It was mentally draining because many people that saw my stories, even if my Instagram account was private, I would still get hateful messages again from followers of my Instagram profile. People who rely on social media messaging would continue to send hateful messages, including other people, and on Instagram platform, many people would get upset if I would ask for having a cell phone number or an email as a better way to communicate because Instagram would continue to think I'm a bot, and I felt uncomfortable about dealing with getting bullied through messaging, including on Instagram. I know that sometimes I'm socially awkward in different situations, that I'm not a perfect person in society where I can easily make mistakes. Having a disability is hard in life for me, and that social media is a tricky thing for me to use or to understand it. The things that I like doing on Instagram is saying positive vibes to influential people, including celebrities, who inspire me when I struggle with my disability, and like to give them kind words for working hard to make a great difference for society. Also on Instagram, I like supporting people who are very creative at doing different things. Also, in my role as a human being, is I like to be kind to other people, be compassionate for people who come from different backgrounds or who have struggles. Wanting to see good in people despite the world being hard to understand, and using critical thinking to help me find ways to improve myself or to understand different situations. Also, when it comes to people who I know or who I care about, I want to be supportive of them on their goals or their creativity, even if I can't meet everyone's standard or that I am not perfect. The lessons that I've learned about Instagram is that it is a cool app. It is a creative app where people can post pictures, including videos, and be creative. On the other hand, Instagram has many problems and it needs to be addressed. One of my issues is if you want to take a break from social media, even on Instagram, there should be a way where they can create a set schedule or a time schedule where you can schedule when you want to post on your Instagram account on a certain day or a certain month as a way to help give yourself extra time to have a break from social media, to prove to Instagram that you aren't a bot, and even to help give you time to figure out how to post in a mainstream creative way to other people or followers. Another problem with Instagram is that it is an easy place to get bullied or put down in a negative way. Instagram can also be discouraging when people compare on how many likes or comments they get, and people that are mean can use Instagram as a way to spread bad rumors about you. Also, my message is to many people who follow me on Instagram or people who use Instagram who follow other people is that they should be mindful of other people. Be appreciative of people who are different or have different skills or have a disability, and being appreciative of people who are trying to do good things when social media or the world is difficult to navigate. When it comes to communicating with people on Instagram, if they want to rely on using Instagram messaging, they should be willing to understand that messaging on social media isn't an easy thing and should be understanding when people have challenges on messaging on Instagram, and they should be open minded on how they should communicate in different ways, like email, text, cell phone number, and WhatsApp, and that messaging on Instagram isn't the right fit for everyone. Another thing I would like for people to please treat people with disabilities kindly and to try to understand that they have challenges, but they really want to try to do good in society, improve themselves to be better, and to use creativity to expand on their learning or to understand the world. My main advice for people who use Instagram or who want to create an account on Instagram is that it's okay not to be okay when social media gets hard. Being creative is a good thing in life, including when using social media. And it's okay to take your time to figure out how to use social media for good when it gets hard. Compassion, understanding where people are coming from, using critical thinking to improve yourself or to understand different things, having the ability to recognize people who are trying to do good despite challenges is a great thing in life, in person, and on social media like Instagram. I know that explaining about my experience with Instagram is very challenging and difficult subject to talk about, but I hope that many people understand of what I'm trying to say from my experience on Instagram, the strategies or my vision to better understand Instagram or how things work despite challenges and many others. Instagram should be a tool for good, to be creative, educating people about the issues that we face, being appreciative of people who work hard on achievements when life gets hard. And it should be a way for people to be appreciative of people who are diverse in many ways. When Instagram is difficult to understand, or when messaging on Instagram is challenging, or when people have struggles in life, people should be understanding, have the ability to be compassionate, and when people have challenges on Instagram or in life, they aren't negative people.